Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So if you can tell by the title, today is going to be a dupe video for two highlighters that when I purchased them felt they were really close looking. Before we jump into the video, I'm gonna just give a quick disclaimer. Just because something may not work for you doesn't mean it won't work for me. Does not mean something that works for me may work for you. Something that you may not think looks good on you, I may think looks good on me, and vice versa. Just keep that in mind. Everybody has their own opinions. We all like different things, so just keep an open mind. I know how I like things, you know how you like things, whatever. So I'm going to be comparing the Wet n Wild Moon Tears Loose Highlighter versus Artist Couture and COCO Bling. It's been a long time, Beauty Bee. You know that I love the Artist Couture loose highlighters. I'm a loose highlighter junkie. So now, these I felt were both similar in tone, but there's a huge price difference. The Wet n Wild one is limited edition. It's from their Gothic limited edition spring collection. This is huge. You get 0.28 ounces, 8 grams of product, and this cost me about $6 or $7 at Rite Aid, whereas the Artist Couture and COCO Bling is 4.5 grams, 0.16 ounces, and this is like $26, $27 at Sephora or the Artist Couture website, or if you live in New York City, Ricky's, selected Ricky's carries them as well. I wanted to point something out really quickly that I think is a little When you buy these from Sephora, Ricky's, and the Artist Couture website, the packaging is different. So from Ricky's, the packaging, imagery, and everything is the same as the Artist Couture website, but the caps are different. Like, the caps on them aren't this nice plastic one. It's like a different plastic one. And from Sephora, it just says Artist Couture. It doesn't have like the A logo or anything. So just keep that in mind. The Artist Couture and COCO Bling, I've been eyeing it for a while. And the only reason why I bought it is because the Artist Couture, Angel Marino posted a picture of a really deep, like darker than me, deep skin, beautiful man, and he had this on and he killed it. So that's why I went out and bought it. And this one I was just intrigued about. This is Wet n Wild's first ever loose highlighter, and it took me literally at least 2 weeks to find it. I went to different Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens every day looking for it, at least 3 a day looking for it, and I finally found the last one in a Rite Aid. More like an end cap. The only thing I don't like is that when Wet n Wild do these limited edition highlighters, they on each display they'll be like 2. And it's like, I hate that. So when I got this one and I loved it, and when I bought this one, I was like, wow, this reminds me of COCO Bling. And COCO Bling is popular. So these, we're going to see if they're exact dupes. As you can see, I don't have on any highlight. I have on a full matte face, and my skin is begging for some highlight. So we're going to go ahead and test these out. So you want to see how these compare in case you don't want to spend the 20-some odd dollars, and maybe this one is an exact dupe. I love the packaging. Then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have a clean Anastasia A23 highlighting brush. When I apply my loose highlighters, I don't really mind what tool I use. So we're going to start with the Wet n Wild one, and this again is called Moon Tears, and it's like a peachy champagne. That's Moon Tears. And the sifter is in the shape of a skull. It's super cute. So like I said in the beginning, you get a lot more product in here. I did take a picture of these two side by side in outside lighting. I will insert it now so you guys can see that. Because just so you can see, they are pretty similar. So I did set my face maybe 20 minutes ago with setting spray. But I'm just going to go ahead on this side and do the Wet n Wild one. And in this video, I'm also going to at least show you or try to tell you how you can mix these in case you feel they're too light for you if you are my skin tone or darker. So I'm going to lightly go in with Moon Tears. And for really light highlighters like this, I just take a little at a time. If this was like a bronze or a deeper champagne gold, I would go in. Okay, but we're not gonna do that. I'm just gonna lightly. So that is Moon Tears by Wet n Wild. I feel like on the skin you don't really get that peachiness that's in the container. That's the first thing I noticed when I first tried it on, that peachiness doesn't translate on the skin. But this is Moon Tears. So I'm just wiping off my brush so nothing is on it, and we're gonna dip into Cocoa Bling. And this is like literally like white diamond, like oh my gosh. And I did notice that the Artist Couture one has larger glitter particles in it as compared to the Wet n Wild one. This one has larger glitter particles. I don't know if you guys can even see that. We're just gonna try it on the skin. But you guys probably can see in the picture I inserted that this one has larger glitter particles. And again, just gonna take a little bit. And off the back, this one is a lot more pigmented, but I think that's because of the larger glitter particles that's in it. Just taking a top, literally little by little. They look pretty damn similar to me. They're almost identical. I really hope you guys can see on camera that they're really almost identical. So this is Wet n Wild, and this is Cocoa Bling. And honestly, if I had to give up one, if I had to pick one over the other, I would choose Wet n Wild, only because of the peachiness that's in it. It doesn't translate a lot on the skin, but it is a bit deeper because of the peachiness that's in it, and the smaller, like, this has almost like really no glitter in it. It has very little, and I think that's another reason why it comes a little bit deeper. So I had to, if someone told me today, Brittany, give up one, I would give up Cocoa Bling, simply because they're both pretty light on me, but Wet n Wild fits me better than this one. But I still think Cocoa Bling looks so pretty. So I'm going to wipe off my brush again, because let's say, you know, the Wet n Wild one, I do mix that a lot. Like a lot. I may put it on top or underneath another highlighter. Cocoa Bling, when I wore it, I didn't mix it with anything. I just went on really, really lightly with it. But I'm going to show you guys how to mix them if you wanted to. If you felt like these are too light, I'm going to show you guys how to mix them. And also, I get a slight white cast from Cocoa Bling. I don't really get it from Wet n Wild. So I'm just going to be honest. So I'm going to take the Crayon Case in Glola highlighter. It's like, look at that. Super bronze. I recently got this one and their other one called Rosy Glores. I haven't decided if I want the box of crayon eyeshadow palette yet. Like, I haven't decided. So I'm going to take a bronzy highlighter. When I do mix lighter highlighters, I like to do a bronze instead of a straight gold, because it may get a little too intense. So little by little, I'm going to just take this on top. And it turns it into like this light bronzy gold. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Then I'm just gonna take Anglola down the nose. And everywhere else I like to highlight. I don't put much highlight on my forehead because it gets real textured up there. And then I'm going to take Cocoa Bling again, and I'm going to put it on just a little bit on my Cupid's bow. See how that just like intensified? And a little bit, oh, just too much. Let me tip on my nose. Just bam. So as you can see, you can mix them to make it better suit your deep skin if you needed to. And like I said, that's what I do for the most part with the Wet n Wild one. I mix it with something. I want even if I want to press highlighter and I want it to get like a little bit of a oomph to it, I'll dab a little bit of the Wet n Wild one on top. Or I have worn it by itself. It all depends on how I'm feeling. But so this is Anglola on top of the Wet n Wild one, and this is the look that I love. This one is Anglola on top of Cocoa Bling. You see, it's a lot brighter, a lot like boom out there, and I love this as well. So there you have it, guys. I definitely think that they are dupes. So you don't want to spend the 20 some odd dollars on this. Definitely try to get your hands on this. I will link both of them down below. This one is limited edition, but I do believe it is still available on the Wet n Wild website. And this one is permanent, and it's also sold at Sephora now, so you can definitely pick it up at Sephora. I saw this crystal sold at Ulta. I don't remember, but I definitely think they are dupes. And if you are of deeper skin tones, just go ahead and mix them to give your pressed highlighters a bit of a oomph, or add like a brighter shine to like your bronzy or gold highlighters. So it can work on deeper skin tones. I have, like I said, used both of these by themselves, and I've had also mixed them. So I do think they work on deeper skin. So if you are like me and you really wanted Cocoa Bling but really didn't think it would work, go ahead and test that out Sephora in store and see what you think. So let me know. I love you all to absolute pieces, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah.